Good evening and happy new year. This is Johnny, Tennessee. This is the House of Orange Sports Channel. Appreciate you guys tuning in with me. Going to do a little Citrus Bowl recap as Tennessee defeats Iowa 35-0. And what was a lot of positives today, a lot of buzz about what went on with the Tennessee football program. As always, guys, just launched this thing out last night. Right around midnight, officially launched this out. I appreciate you guys that have tuned in, who've subscribed so far and liked it. Please continue to share it out, like it, provide some feedback. If you don't like the video, provide me some constructive feedback, something you feel I can do better. I'm always open to that as well. But thank you for the response I've gotten so far. Let's get into it. Tennessee, once again, 35-0. The Nico era is officially underway, and how can you not be encouraged after what we saw today? Nico wins Citrus Bowl MVP, finishes his day 12-19, 151 yards and a touchdown through the air, an 80.4 quarterback rating, and 15 carries for 27 yards and 3 touchdowns. Obviously, some of that yardage negated through sacks, but a lot of positives to take away from, especially in his first start going against the number 4 defense in the country. I see a lot of people going on, well, this wasn't a top 10, or this wasn't a 10 win. This was not a good team. I'm going to go the other direction on this because I feel you're taking away from what Tennessee did today if you're saying, well, this wasn't a good team. This was a 10-win team who played for the Big Ten championship, who had the number 4 defense in the nation. Yes, they had an offense that was not good, but Tennessee has had a knack for making these types of offenses look better than they are. That was not the case today. Was not the case at all as they held Iowa to 173 yards today. 173 yards. That's pretty good. 60 yards through the air and then 113 on the ground. And a lot of that come late after Marco Lyon has come in relief for Deacon Hill as he had 6 carries for 51 yards. So Tennessee's defense did the job. Iowa on the second drive got down close to scoring. And then Andre Turrentine jumped in, had a nice interception. And that was really the only threat that you saw from Iowa on the day. Lots of, again, I keep saying lots of positives. Nico, I'll start with Nico. Thought he showed some good accuracy on his throws. I thought he showed a good ability to scramble, showed good running ability. There were some times he could have gotten rid of the ball, for sure. And that's something that will come with game reps with time. I mean, it was his first college start against the number 4 defense in the country. I would say it was a very good outing for him today. Dylan Sampson, 20 carries, 133 yards. Very, very encouraged by that. 6.7 yards per carry. Cam Seldon, 13 for 55, 4.2. Those guys look good. I saw explosiveness. I saw breaking tackles. I saw a lot of good things today, and it makes me question the running back rotation a little bit this year. Jalen Wright was the undisputed number 1. I don't have a problem with that, but how they rotated beyond that was a bit puzzling at times, and a lot of that got proven today as well. The offensive line, not their best day, but they racked up 232 yards on the ground. And I will say it again, against the number 4 defense. This was a team that Iowa, I think they pride themselves on stopping the run. They didn't do that today. Tennessee racked up 383 yards. Not a great day. I wouldn't say on offense. There's a lot of things could have been done better, but it was still an offense that took care of business. This was a team that took care of business today. If this offense would have been good today, and again, there were a lot of good aspects, but there were some drives that got halted one way or another, whether it was we weren't blocking or maybe didn't get rid of the ball and lost yardage, but very, very encouraged by what I saw today. And, if you're a playmaker out there in the portal and you're looking for a place to go next year where you can make plays, I want to be very encouraged with what I saw today, knowing that I'm going to have at least 2 more years of Nico. I'm going to have Dylan Sampson. I'm going to have Cam Seldon back there with me. There's some receivers did some good things today as well, but I think there's still that knack for needing a playmaker. And we'll see. Does Brew McCoy come back? Does Dante Thornton? What does he do coming back? Does Braylon Staley? Does Mike Matthews provide that. And I'll talk more about that tomorrow. We'll drop a video kind of recapping the season and where this team goes forward with it. But a lot of positives to take from that offense today. And you can't help but be excited about what's to come for this Tennessee offense for at least the next couple of years. And then where do things go from there? Shifting over to the defense, 183 yards they held Iowa to. Again, Iowa threatened early. Part of that due to you had the shank punt, which gave Iowa some field position. Iowa had a decent drive on that, got down inside the 10, but Tennessee, again, Andre Turrentine with the interception. A spotlight was on this secondary. You had 7 guys leave through the portal. What was this secondary goal look like today? I think they passed with flying colors. Was it their toughest task that they will face? No, it wasn't. But you have to take what's given to you as well. And I thought they did really well. And the secondary went as I expected. McCullough and Turrentine at safety, Gabe Judy Lawley, Ricky Gibson at corner, Jordan Thomas at star. And then we saw Christian Harrison saw John Slaughter in late in the game. So they got a lot of guys in today, got a lot of young guys in, which was encouraging to see as well. James Pierce is the dude. James Pierce is a dude. Another sack today, finished with 9.5 on the season, the most since Derek Barnett in a single season. Had the strip fumble, which led to a touchdown down near the goal line, led to Nico's 3rd touchdown, which was questionable. If I didn't quite think he got in, but they didn't overturn it. So we'll take it. And then, of course, Pierce with the interception, returned it for a touchdown, and he looked good backing up on that. Also, I thought the linebackers had their moments. There were some plays made. There was some lost coverage as well at times, but they had their moments. And again, I was impressed with the secondary. I thought there were some plays made, batted balls in good position. I know there was one where they talked about where Iowa's quarterback went to throw it, and they said, well, you got to test these young defensive backs at some point. And he overthrew, but had that throw been on the money, Jordan Thomas was in prime position to take that back for a pick 6. So it was actually a good thing that he did not throw that on the money, or that would have been going back the other way. 35-0, caps the season at 9-4. Again, was it a step back from last year? Absolutely. Was there some disappointment this year? Yes. I don't think you can forget that Florida game. That, to me, was the black eye of the season. That was inexcusable. It really was. The Missouri game was one thing. The Georgia game, you know what was coming there. Missouri was a really good team this year. There were some things in that game that bothered me that I think was inexcusable. I still think Missouri was a better team than Tennessee. The Florida game, we can spin that one any way we want to spin it. It shouldn't have happened. It should not have happened. That was an egg that was laid. And we'll see if that's learned from going forward, those moments. What happens on the road to this team? You know, I don't know. I don't count Kentucky. For some reason, they go up there and have good success. But these other road games, we got to figure out, or I say we, Josh Heupel and company need to figure out what's going on there. Is it just nerves? Is it just those environments? That's 2 years in a row. Those type of environments have really affected this team. But 9-4 on what I really feel like was maybe not a great year. Can't sit here and say it was a great year, but if our down years now are 9-4, that's pretty good. That's positive. I know there's a lot of I don't know. There was a lot of complaining about things, and I think there's a lot of questions about personnel decisions this year. What's going to be learned from moving forward, though? What does this staff learn? How do they adapt? How do they take that next step back? Because there's a lot of potential coming back on this team next year. You've got to be excited with it. But today was one game. Tennessee passed it with flying colors, 35-0, total domination, 9-4 season, which again, in what I felt wasn't a great season, 9-4, I'll look at that and say, wow, that's pretty good especially for some of the things that happened this year. Like I said, just to kind of preview what's going on, I'm going to come back tomorrow and we'll record a video, just a season recap, maybe a little bit of what's going forward. We'll get into some basketball stuff tomorrow evening as well. See where I want to go with that coverage, as I'm going to start amping that up a little bit, and then we'll lead up to baseball coverage as baseball's in the not too distant future. But as always, you'll see at the end of this video. Again, if you like this, give me a thumbs up, share it out, subscribe to the channel. I want to build this thing up. Like I said, I'm going to be going year round. Baseball, basketball, football, and we'll hit them all. And we'll try to provide good video coverage with that. But thank you guys again. Happy New Year. Enjoy your evening. Enjoy the bowl games you're watching tonight. My name's Johnny Tennessee. This is the House of Orange Sports Channel. Go Vols.